touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it second down. Now here's Mahomes. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 33 yards that time.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will see. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes, and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce from 13 yards out. And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. A very solid gain of 27.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And then you really play this call. They're always hoping it's going to play big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 4th down. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. This to make it a 2-score game. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2-score. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there. Someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Take it in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Now it's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 4th down, Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mahomes locates Hardman for another catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Mahomes. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
He sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you go in here and play for every team, or do you go and press it downfield?
Here's Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime, but they've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
First throw of overtime for Mahomes. this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. On play action, it's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. From the 24, Mahomes flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
After the sack, you could understand it maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. He looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it. This is our last chance.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And the play clock about to expire. Andy Reid notices it and takes a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Butker's kick here is good, and they have regained the lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a 1-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
So for the Chiefs, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home.